Now, News 2 at 6, the station you can count on.
Well, today is World AIDS Day. It's a day when people around the world show solidarity in the fight against HIV and AIDS. Tonight, News 2's Carolyn Murray introduces us to a man who says this is not only a time to remember those who have died from HIV or AIDS, but to show support for people living with the disease.
Love and loss are common, but David Pable's grief was compounded.
Where I had been dating somebody who committed suicide.
David says he was devastated by his partner's death and was beginning to move forward when he received a devastating diagnosis.
Not too long after that, they had passed away, I found out that they had HIV.
David's partner had tested positive for HIV, the virus that causes AIDS.
It was after his death, 2 or 3 weeks later, I actually started getting sick.
Then David was tested, and 10 years ago, he was also diagnosed HIV positive.
I had just come out of the closet, and what I felt like it basically did is it put me back into the closet because of the stigma and everything that's associated with HIV.
According to estimates from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, right now, 1.1 million people in the United States are living with HIV. 1 in 5 of them are unaware they are infected.
If you get tested and you know where you're at, then you can work with it, and then people can live. David
found help here through the Ryan White program at Roper St. Francis Hospital. Ashley Redmond, the program's director, says the theme for World AIDS Day 2013 in Charleston is C0,
which really looks at stopping stigma, educating, and engaging patients. And we really want to get to 0 infections and 0 AIDS-related deaths.
She says 0 HIV infections and deaths may seem impossible, but it's a target that can be reached.
HIV is a preventable disease, and that is our mission at the Ryan White program, is to educate the community on the resources available to those living with HIV, but also educating on ways to prevent HIV.
The CDC estimates that just 1 in 4 people living with HIV in the United States are successfully navigating a continuum of care that results in a suppressed viral load, which is necessary for their own health and critical to stopping further transmission of HIV.
Nowadays, we have a 4-in-1 pill once a day. So it's completely plausible that people can be on treatment and live just as long as anybody else.
And David is living proof of the progress of medical treatment and the way people should treat each other.
You get to take off a lot of veils and everything, and, closets are good for clothes. They're not good for people to be hanging out in.
And that was Carolyn Murray reporting. And a special thanks to David for that courageous interview to spread awareness. Now, Low Country Aid Service is giving free HIV testing all this week. You can give them a call at 747-2273. That number again, 747-2273. Stick with us. We'll be right back.